My name is Dr. Victoria Durr, and as Emer has indicated, please call me Tori. I am currently acting director of the MA in Culture Policy and Arts Management, while my colleague, Dr. Annette Clancy, who some of you may have come across before in any correspondence, is on research leave. So any queries that you have about the program that might come to you after the session today, Emer will put my email in the chat and you can feel free to contact me. So I'm just going to give a really short overview of the program before I ask Lily to share some of her experiences, and then we'll open it up to kind of discussion, chat, and take any questions that people might have. So on our program, our goal on the MA is to produce and encourage what we call reflexive practitioners. So these are people who will go off to work in a variety of arts and cultural organizations, maybe running their own businesses, working as freelance, or working in major cultural institutions, or more kind of commercial, creative, and cultural industries, who can manage people and resources effectively on a day-to-day basis, but also thinking about their own contribution to how we represent ourselves in society, how we reflect on our cultures and learn about each other. So there's a lot in the course that encourages kind of constantly questioning and thinking about the important role that arts and cultural managers and policymakers play in that kind of space of mediation. The student profile of the overall course really varies in age, and it can depend on a given year, who we have on the program. But we have students, kind of from ages 22 to 60, students who may have come straight from an undergraduate degree, students who will have gone to work in the sector a little bit, students who have worked in the sector for a long time and are coming back to further study. We have a wide range of students from kind of varied international experiences, and Lily might reflect on that as well. Students from Ireland, students from the States, students from across kind of continental Europe and parts of Asia. It's a really lovely mixed group of students and life experiences. In this vein, also students come from a variety of arts and cultural interests. So we have had students interested in festivals management, in particular art forms from music to film to visual arts and museums, architecture, cultural heritage. It really takes the whole breadth. And what's nice about that is we can learn from each other about one another's interests. Part of our student profile is everyone will have had some level of work experience before coming to the MA, and that might be a previous internship. So if you haven't had kind of a full-time job in arts and cultural management prior to the MA, there's no panic there. There will likely be something in your experience that touches into the space, and we are really happy to talk to you about what you think may or may not be relevant in that. But the main thing is we want students to have had some kind of previous work experience that relates in some way to elements of the course. Oops. Oh, apologies, turned off my video. In the learning experience, we think deeply about culture and society, the role and value of the arts and heritage, and how you can develop your own management skills to be an effective leader or team player. So there, as Lily might express, there's a lot of group work on the program, as well as individual kind of reflective assignments and academic papers. So we really try to give everybody a wide sense of learning and engagement, and I'll talk about that more in a moment. Our faculty, as I've mentioned, Dr. Annette Clancy, who is the director of the program, is our lecturer and teacher in all things management. Our colleague in the School of Art History and Cultural Policy, Professor Emily Mark Fitzgerald, leads kind of the research methods element of the program in the autumn term, and that really set the stage for students to prepare for a dissertation should they take on the full MA. And go to do a large research project kind of over the summer. And then there's myself, and my specialism is in cultural policy, specifically around artistic, creative, and cultural practices as professional and social endeavors. I look a lot at local local cultural policies as well. We have all worked in the sector in some way, shape, or form ourselves, as well as kind of transitioning into academic life. We also have a number of other core teachers on the program. Jackie Ryan, who leads our finance module, Neve Braden, who teaches marketing. I've also put up our Associate Professor Roisin Kennedy, who's our wonderful head of school. John O'Brien is another management teacher on our course. We also uniquely offer a law module in our program, which is led by Associate Professor Amy Strecker in our law school. And we have a new colleague in our school, Dr. Benjamin Anderson, who does a lot of research around labor, unions, and cultural and creative practice. Um, and Helena McCann, who some of you may get in touch with over the course of your time applying for the program and or after, is our fantastic school manager, without whom nothing could happen in our school. Um, just to give you a sense of our alumni, I've kind of reached back far and tried to kind of think more recently on the program and just highlight some of our alumni on the program. So I actually think we have probably over 1,000 now alumni working all over the world. Despite the slide saying 800, I think I didn't quite update that correctly. These vary from Orla McBride, who was the Director of Arts Council Ireland and is now Director of the National Archives of Ireland. Sarah Clancy Costigan, who's the CEO of Little Museum of Dublin. Jenny Jennings, who is co-director of an amazing theatre and kind of spectacle company called This Is Pop Baby. And Jeff Poulin, who's founder and managing director of Creative Generation over in the States. So again, alumni are kind of stretch across parts of the globe. This is just a sample. Alumni have gone on to work at what was once known as Facebook. They work in museums, galleries, local authority arts offices here in Ireland, local government branches over in the States. They go on for further academic study. They might work in kind of corporate organizations, Google. They work in jobs around marketing and communication. They might work in education and learning departments. It is really a variety of experiences and work. So on the MA, you will engage in some core modules around management and cultural policy. I've mentioned law, finance. You'll also do a module in marketing where you'll develop a marketing plan for a specific organization and kind of pitch it to a client. You'll develop business plans and pitch those ideas to an assessment panel and see what might come of that. You'll engage in writing policy briefs for cultural policy, as well as examining kind of different international trends and how they land. And so we really do a background of theory and then how they apply to practice as listed there on the slide. Also of great interest to some of you might be the work placement element, which takes place over 8 weeks in the springtime, April time, in the second semester. We have a long autumn semester and then a shorter spring one in terms of class contact time so that students can take that work placement on. And I'm sure you have questions, and I've missed crucial things there that Lily is probably noting down as I speak. So just a quick overview. It's a 1-year full-time MA or a 2-year part-time graduate diploma degree. There's 2 main strands, cultural policy and arts management, which kind of touch into some of those other areas of practice I've mentioned. We look at critical and evaluative theory, questioning type roles and how they apply to real-world practice. We are very, very deeply connected to the industry and our alumni across the globe. Industry speakers, visits, field trips are all really important to our program. So I think I will stop there and thank everybody for listening and maybe see, Emer might want to come in and chair me better than I'm doing for myself. But Lily, I don't know if you're happy to share your own experiences or if you think there's something I said that I didn't say enough about or I kind of missed. You're very welcome to elaborate on any of that.
Hello. I don't think so, actually. Like, I don't think you missed anything. I'm happy to elaborate on any of those points, of course, from a student's perspective.
Did you, that would be amazing. Did you want to
Mhm.
say, sorry, I think Emer we'd wanted you to say a little bit about yourself, and introduce yourself to everybody so they know about you as well and where you're coming from.
Of course, yeah, I can do that. So, my name is Lily. I'm originally from Germany, and I'm working now at the Goethe Institute, which is the official cultural institute of the Republic of Germany. It's a very long name. But yeah, it's basically like the field is cultural diplomacy, but I'm a communications officer or communications coordinator. And yeah, I chose the master's basically because I wanted to get into this kind of role because I have a background in journalism and media, and I kind of wanted to, yeah, explore something else. And I was looking at these kind of communications roles, and I saw that they have a lot of aspects as well of like event management and kind of management kind of things. And so I thought that the master's would really help me to kind of make that transition, which it did. I remember I lived in Ireland before, so I did an Erasmus, which probably because you're all European, I think, is relevant to you as well. I did my Erasmus already in Ireland, at another college, but I think my algorithm somehow knew I was interested in culture and I was interested in masters. And then I think I saw a YouTube ad and I thought this looks really cool. And that was kind of the my first contact really with the course. And then I kind of kept eyeing it and I saw those info calls. I think 2 years ago I was on exactly this call as well, to learn more about the course. And because I went back in between to Germany to finish my bachelor's degree, but I kind of wanted to come back to Ireland anyways, and so the master's was really a good reason to do that.